This is System 3, Week 5. We're going to be in the modes. For the modes for this week, we're going to be doing the Mixolydian mode, which basically is I'm playing F over the key of B flat. And you can hear these notes. You can hear that even though I'm starting from the note F. Okay, so what I'm going to do on this progression, though, is I'm going to take a 2-5. Now, the way the Nashville number system works, I think you got this by now, but if I'm in the key of F, now excuse me, if I'm in the key of B flat, took me a second. If I'm in the key of B flat, I've got the notes B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, and A. So the 2 chord then would be B flat, C, and it would be a minor chord because the chords always come in the same order. If you don't know, this is super important information. It's always major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished. 1, 4, and 5 are all majors. 2, 3, and 6 are all minor chords, and then the 7 is a half diminished chord. We won't deal with that for a while. We'll eventually get to that one though. Okay, so when I'm playing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to target C minor notes. And then I'm going to try to target F7 notes or F notes. I know you don't know the sevenths yet, but it would be a flat 7 in that case. And then we're going to land on this B flat major 7 chord. So if I was playing, you know, if I was doing a thing like this, I'd probably play this as like a C minor 7 chord. And then I might do like an F13 chord. Nice jazz chord. And then I would do maybe like a B major 7 chord. Those are like the easy forms of all of those chords. All right, so when I'm playing, you can just wander if you want. It's totally fine to just wander, 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 wander. But when I get to this B flat chord, I want you to do something specific. I'm going to play an arpeggio, but I'm not going to play the B flat arpeggio. So normally you'd expect or something like that, right? No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play a D minor. And I could play a D minor 7, but we haven't dealt with those yet, so I'm going to just keep it to what you know. And again, you could do either direction on that. That F note could be there or there. I'm cool with either one. All right, when we do that, why? Why would we do that? Well, if you have the notes, and don't tune out on this because this is super important information. When you have a triad, you can use triads over other chords to make 7th chords, 9th chords, 11th chords, 13th chords. What I mean by that is these are called upper extensions. If I have, let's put it in C to make it simple. So in C, the notes that I would have would be C, E, and G. If I was on a piano, it's every other note, just like my fingers look like. So every other note, C, E, G. And then if I put a 7th in, it would be C, D, E, F, G, A, B would be my note. And this would be my major 7 chord. You've heard that a lot of times, right? Most of you know this information, but that's your major 7th. The major 7th, though, if I'm looking at that C, E, G, and B, E, G, and B is an E minor chord. Okay, so if I play a C major 7 chord, right built into it, if you look at this, there's my E minor, right? So if I'm playing C major 7 and I play it sounds brilliant, and this is like the first jazz line that everybody learns. So here's this little C major 7 chord. And you see right on top is my E minor chord, right? So same chord, if you see that. And put your hands on the guitar to see this stuff. It'll really help you. This is everybody's first E minor, or jazz line. That's a really good one. So if I'm like... So... You see how I did that? Okay, so back to my exercise. When I go to this B flat chord then, I'm going to go up to its 3rd. So B flat, C, D is the 3rd, and I'm going to play a minor chord, D minor. So D, F, and A would be the 7th, and that's a D minor chord. Okay, so let me play, enough talking. You're probably glazing over by now, but listen to how this sounds. So I'm going to start off on the C minor chord. care if you just wander. And you can sort of tell if you're not landing on anything. But now watch. Okay, so you get the idea of what I'm doing there. You can wander as you want. You know, I would like you to kind of land on C minor notes and F notes, but if you can't see that, if it's too complicated and too quick, just wander, let your ears do it. You know, they'll learn these patterns and they'll sort of learn, you know, how to associate them. But once you get to that B flat chord, only D minor 7. That'll be an important piece of information for you to have down the road. All right, now it's your turn to try.